Hello, everybody. It's me, Twinkle. Hola, amigos. Soy Twinkle. Do you know what time it is? It's Twinkle Time Live Online. Are you ready, DJ Dallas?
I'm always ready.
1, 2, 3. Come on, everybody, just shimmer with me. Blink 3 times, and you will see a spark of twinkle. That's me. Bring your friends along with me. Just a wink, that's all you'll see. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, vamos a intentarlos todos otra vez. Parpadea y verás una chispa de twinkle in me. I glow when I'm having fun. Dancing and singing, it's always number one. I gleam from ear to ear when making others forget their fears. Giggling and cheering, it's always so much fun than being alone and blue. So you could be clowning around with us too. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3, yeah! Blink 3 times and you will see a spark of twinkle. That's me. Bring your friends along with me. Just a wink, that's all you'll see. Twinkle. That's what everybody calls me. Thank you, DJ Dallas, and hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Feliz miércoles. And if this is the very first time ever tuning into Twinkle Time Live Online or hashtag TTLOL, everything I do here is in 2 languages, in English y también en español. So feliz miércoles means happy Wednesday. So everybody say that with me on the count of 3. Let's do it in español. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Feliz miércoles. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. I have a very, very important question. In the comment section, everybody raise your hand in the little comment with the little emoji if you know who Jim Henson is. Anybody? If you do, raise your hand. If you don't, it's totally okay. I'm going to tell you. So Jim Henson is like an amazing person, or was an amazing person. He is one of the most world famous puppeteers, but not just a puppeteer. He's a creator, a producer, an inventor, and a filmmaker of probably one of my absolute all-time favorite children's show, and not even just me as a little kid, but as a big kid too, Sesame Street. That is right. Jim Henson created Kermit the Frog and Bert and Ernie and all these amazing puppets that we have all come to love throughout many, many years. And I'm sure he's inspired so many millions of children around the world with his work. And because today is Wednesday, he has a really awesome quote, like words of wisdom. So words of wisdom from the amazing, wonderful Jim Henson that inspired me. Let's see. His words of wisdom was, your life is like a movie. You have to create your own story, write your own story, write your own ending. Always believe, and always, and never, ever, ever, you always have to keep pretending. How amazing is that? That is such an impactful words of wisdom from Mr. Jim Henson. And speaking of worldwide puppeteers that created such amazing magic for kids of all ages, do you want me to tell you whose guest I have today? Anybody know? Do you want me to tell you? Of course you do. Okay, so let me bring up his picture. That way you all know who I'm talking about. he is Kevin from Noteworthy Puppets. So let me tell you a little bit about my friend Kevin who created Noteworthy Puppets. So he is an entertainer, an all-around entertainer, a creator, a producer, a singer-songwriter, a puppeteer who has created amazing puppets and noteworthy puppets. And not only that, he's an amazing friend. He's here in Los Angeles, California. He's also Peruvian American, just like me. And you know what? He is so amazing that he came here today because he's not only Kevin from Noteworthy Puppets. He's had a very long career. He has performed on Broadway in a show called Avenue Q. I know, amazing. He's also appeared in shows like Gilmore Girls and has lent his voiceover talents to Finding Nemo the musical. So nobody go anywhere. Stick around because that's coming up very, very, very soon. So, are we ready for the word of the day? Of course we're ready for the word of the day. So on the count of 3, I want everybody to do a drum roll with me nice and loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dun, 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 dun. The word of the day is puppets. Of course it's puppets. Y la palabra de hoy. Let's do that really quickly on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dun, 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 dun. This one's hard. Marionetas. So that's a couple syllables. Let's do it very slow on the count of 3 in Espanol. 1, 2, 3. Marionetas. A little bit faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Marionetas. Now super fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Marionetas. And that is how you say puppets in Espanol. So puppets, in case you don't know what puppets are, let me think, for, let's say, movable, it could be either a movable model of a person or an animal that sometimes is controlled by a person in entertainment with some strings or with your hand moving puppets. How cool is that, right? So that is today's live stream message and word of the day. So are we ready to meet my friend Kevin of Noteworthy Puppets? Because I can tell you it is going to be a noteworthy performance. So let me put my headphones on. You know how long it takes me to do that because I don't want to squish up my hair. And then I have to unmute him. So give me 2 seconds. I'm so excited. And I figured out that whole box situation that I couldn't figure out before. Are we ready? Everybody make a whole lot of noise for my friend Kevin of Noteworthy Puppets. Yay! Can you hear me, Kevin? Give me thumbs up.
I hear you.
Yes. Now, I think I just, can you say something really quickly?
Something really quickly.
Yes! Okay, good. Now I can hear you. I had you muted in my headphones, and now we can hear. How are you, Kevin?
I am doing great, Twinkle. How about you?
I'm great. I'm so great. And I just saw like a little flash before your eyes that said something about the news. I don't know how the news came across, but we'll figure that out. I'm doing so good. You look fantastic. I love your setup, by the way.
Oh, no, this is just my house. I just live in this Spanish hacienda. This is me.
So fancy.
Oh, of course. This is the backdrop from one of my latest shows, Kid Zorro, the bilingual puppet musical.
Ooh, I love it. And so I was literally just telling everybody that you are 2 Peruvian American like me. So hablas los dos idiomas, ¿sí?
Sí, pero casi nunca tengo oportunidad de practicarlo. Y si no lo usas,
That's
lo pierdes.
So basically what he says is sometimes he doesn't have the opportunity to speak it. So sometimes if you don't practice it, sometimes you lose it. But that sounded fantastic. And so
muchas gracias.
De nada. I love that. So Kevin and I met we've actually known each other. We're kind of like family because you know people in my family, and we've just been performing and working really hard at our crafts, and you literally created your own brand, which is so amazing. So I want you to tell everybody that's watching how you started out in the world of show business, and then what made you go into starting your own brand, Noteworthy Puppets, and puppeteering and meshing everything that you do together.
Wow, that's
a big question. I know.
Yeah, that's a lot on that plate. Well, Twinkle, you and I, we're like this.
Yes.
But this one's me. I'm the one over here. We both grew up with wacky Peruvian mothers.
Yes, we did.
And we both have had our fair share of some wacky Peruvian dishes.
Yes.
My mother, when I would say like I'd bring a girl home, and that's like one of the big steps as you introduce them to your family. My mom would say, "Do you know how to cook the guinea pig?"
Oh, that's how she would talk.
Yeah, that was her opener. Are you kidding?
Oh,
yeah,
and people were
I guess that was like the litmus test. Like, okay, if you stick around after I like dump a bunch of weirdness on them, then they're okay. They can hang. But it's a different culture where we come from, like or where actually both of our mothers come from. Where
yes,
I guess the bride moves in with like the groom's family and
it's very old fashioned. Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's super cultural and very old fashioned.
And my I don't think my mother actually ever did cook a guinea pig, at least not after I was born, but she loved to tell the recipe to anyone who would listen. She loved, I think that was her way of performing and kind of getting a rise out of people, I guess, is kind of saying something kind of
she
crazy.
She was like a jokester. Yes.
Yeah. Gosh, how did I get into show business? It's funny, neither of my parents can really like sing. They're not artists. My mom, just a crazy Peruvian homemaker. My dad worked for Social Security Administration for years until he retired. But my dad loved music, and he raised me on like folk music and things, like the things that he liked, like John Denver and Kingston Trio, and then when I was young, I found I had this talent to sing, and it's something that can be cultivated, but I think some people are born with an innate sort of a knack for something.
Yeah.
I found mine early, which was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
I grew up in Corona, California, which is
in the almost kind of Inland Empire.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Back then, I'm sure it's a little bit better now, but there wasn't a lot of like culture. Like there was no community theater. There was no like you had to drive like to LA to go like see a play. Like there was just nothing. So I don't know how I lucked out and got into theater. Growing up in a place that's kind of, at least back then, it was a lot of orange groves, a lot of boonies and things like that. But
because it's the Inland Empire, and for those of you that don't live in Los Angeles, California, so LA is like super huge, and everybody thinks, oh, if you live in Los Angeles, everybody's super close. Well, actually, in reality, Corona in traffic, which there's always traffic, is like a good 2.5 hours away from LA. So it's not like a hop, skip, and a jump. So that's
it's like right now when everyone's staying home.
Yeah.
It's like 45 minutes.
Yes.
But on a normal day, it is at least an hour and a half, and that's like in an off time. But yeah, so grew up in Corona. Grew up with my mom, her mom, mi abuelita. She was the greatest. She was the lady that told me that it was okay to say I love you and things like that. Like she was, I miss her a lot. Mi abuelita, I miss her every day. And my older brother, who was not involved in the arts at all.
Oh wow.
And my dad, and then I just had a knack for singing, and then I loved the Muppets growing up.
Yay!
I wrote in high school. I wrote Jim Henson a fan letter, and I got a reply back, and he did a sketch for me. It's in someplace safe. I can't get it out right now, but it says with or hi from Kermit the Frog and Jim Henson, and he drew this little sketch of Kermit with like his little arm up like this. It's a really rough sketch, but he did it with like a marker, and he colored the sloppily hurriedly colored the Kermit green, and then I did a puppet
What?
gig. Yeah, I know, right?
Do you have it
And then
framed?
no,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
I don't. I have it tucked into like one of those fancy Mylar covers of a hardcover book about the making of the Muppet Show,
Oh my
called Of
gosh.
Muppets and Men, because I like to take it around and show it off. And it actually, like, in the puppet world, has opened a couple of doors for me. And inside the book, I've met other like Muppet performers, like
That is amazing.
Dave Goles, who does, like, Bunsen Honeydew, and he does the voice of Gonzo and things like that. And I've met Frank Oz, Waka Waka, and he does Miss Piggy, and
Oh my
but the book's
gosh.
been signed by a bunch of people, and a lot of them, it's a great how do I say,
It's
it's
a
a good
great
icebreaker.
opener, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ooh, how did you get this? And I get to tell them my story. But if it's at home in a frame, I can't do that.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
and did you know that Jim Henson, this coming Saturday, Jim Henson passed away 30 years ago?
I did not know that. And I just kind of got the
May 6th.
chills because I, like, on the spur of the moment, because I knew obviously was going to have you. And so I was just like, oh, like, I didn't even know this story. I didn't know that you wrote him. I was assuming that that was an inspiration of yours. Cause, like, I think us doing family entertainment, we've all watched Sesame Street. So I literally just got the chills that I actually mentioned that in the opening. Ah, I love that. So cool.
So this Saturday, on the 30th anniversary of his passing, I'm actually doing a live stream puppet show of Kid Zorro, my bilingual puppet musical.
Oh my goodness. And we are so lucky to have you then to, like, do a little kind of teaser to that. Do you want? Yeah? Do you want to do it now, or do you want to just keep chit-chatting?
Let's chat for a few more minutes.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm still not done telling my story.
Okay, tell your story. Tell your story.
I know. So anyway, I wrote to him because it wasn't like I got this, like, letter back and then all of a sudden I became who I am today. But I got a gig on a cruise ship, of all things, doing puppetry. But it was puppetry, like, in black lights. So, like, you wore these black ninja suits head to toe, and you were on a dark stage and had these black lights on you, and you can make stuff like float around. And as they say, magician never gives away secrets, but I'm not a magician, so I don't care. But
give us the
like,
secrets. Give us the goods.
Well, I made this umbrella, like, fly through the air, and there was a stick here, but then there was, like, a stick also sticking out here, and another stick, like, sticking out that direction out of, like, the actual. So it was like a false umbrella that looked like an umbrella. So you could switch from stick to stick, and people would be like, wait, because they'd be watching, like, the movements to, like, try to figure it out. You know what I mean? Everyone likes, no one likes to be fooled.
Right.
So, like, if you all of a sudden switch, like, oh, wait, he couldn't do that if it was on strings. How is he doing that? So, yeah, that was a lot of fun because you could hear the people go, ooh, and stuff. So that was really neat. After that,
cool.
I got cast in Avenue Q.
Yes.
Some time did go by, but I got cast in Avenue Q, which is this play that, strangely enough, there's a musical that won the Best Musical Tony in 2003. So that was the same year that Wicked, a lot of people have heard about Wicked.
Yes.
The same year that Wicked was nominated, and Avenue Q actually beat Wicked for the Best Musical Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, Wicked made money. I'm sure they're happy. But that was like it was like the little engine that could.
Okay.
This little show with, like, 8 people and a ton of heart beat this like multi-billion-dollar, like,
production.
Yeah, this monolithic, musical that just had billions of dollars behind it. So then that pretty much changed my life, because then I got into doing Finding Nemo, the musical, that was written by Bobby Lopez and his wife Kristen, who also wrote the songs for Frozen and Frozen 2. Ooh. And the Winnie the Pooh movie and things like that. But the Finding Nemo was like their first project with Disney. It was kind of the genesis of their very lucrative relationship with Bobby and Kristen.
Nice.
So I kind of had it in there, and I played Marlin there for a year. It was an exhausting show. First one on stage, last one to leave.
Wow.
But just like everything else, like, if you look at all the merchandising for Finding Nemo, it's Dory and Nemo and like Nemo's friends, and nothing for Marlin. And I'm thinking to
Oh.
myself, like, did Nemo find himself? No. Well, I did a little bit of the work. I helped, but that's
Oh.
okay. But I just think it's funny that like no one ever mentions Marlin. You know, no one talks about him. You're like the weird uncle that
Oh.
nobody talks about. I don't know. But then after that, I I worked for a puppet company that was based in Glendale for about 5 years, and then I got kind of tired of doing 80% of the work for 20% of the money and 0% of the accolades. And so I branched out on my own and created Noteworthy Puppets, where we specialize
Brilliant.
in quality. And it's all the projects that I think I would have wanted to do, but because I had to answer to somebody else, they would always say no.
Oh, but now
So
you can be like creative and do what's in your heart and soul, and it's yours. That's
mhm.
that's kind of something like doing this live stream and telling anybody, kids of all ages that are watching, that whatever is in your heart and soul, do it. Whatever you're passionate about, do it, because that's what's going to make you happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. While you are young and you have the energy, try to make what you love pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
and make it
do
a
what you love and you
career
never
for
work a day in
life.
your life.
That's
Yeah.
what Jim Henson said too. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Oh my goodness. Well,
I
I'm
never,
excited
yeah,
to see what
but
you're gonna do.
I did meet Jane Henson, who was his widow,
Oh,
and all the pro puppeteers. They call her the Empress,
oh,
but
the
she was very
Empress.
sweet. I took a picture with her. I was in the Jim Henson puppet improv troupe called Puppet Up,
Okay.
and we would go to the studio lot there, the old Charlie Chaplin lot, and the studio would actually cater. They would put us in the cafeteria, and Brian Henson's secretary's mom, so Gigi was the secretary. Gigi's mom would bring in all this delicious food, and we would sit and eat it. And then Jane Henson walked in, and everybody wanted to be like, "Oh, hey, Jane," like, you know, no big deal. It's just Jane Henson, you know. No. And of course, I had never met her, so it's just like, and like
Wow.
this one puppeteer, his name was Bruce Lanoil. He saw it and he was like, "Do you want me to introduce you?" I'm like, "Yes."
Oh.
And we went outside, and like, she's a great hugger. She was a great hugger. And
Oh.
a picture together, and so it was nice to be able to meet her. I didn't have enough time with her to really ask her a ton of questions that that I would have now,
Right.
knowing what I know now versus what I knew, even then.
I have a
But
question. Did you go
okay,
to puppet improv or whatever before Avenue Q or after Avenue Q? Like, did you already have puppeteering experience before you did Avenue Q, or did that you decided that was kind of like, ooh, I really like this. Let me train a little bit more and study my craft.
well, I knew I really liked it, and then when
Okay.
I worked for the on the cruise ship, it was for a company called Errol Manoff's Fantasy Factory.
Okay.
And Errol Manoff, his that was not his real name. His name was oh, what was it? Oh, it wasn't Manoff. His last name was Hoffman. Uh,
Okay.
uh, but and I can't remember if Errol was his real first name, but he saw me working and said, you really have a gift for this. And I said, oh, that's awesome because I really love it. And then when I auditioned for Avenue Q, they saw that I had some puppet experience, but I guess not
Ah.
puppet experience that maybe I felt like I knew more than they did or something. Because this was
Okay.
not the original cast. This was like first national tour, and then what ended up being the Vegas company.
That's
So
right.
I knew
Yeah.
enough. I knew enough, but not too much that they felt that they could mold me.
Okay.
And because I got to work with original Broadway cast members and the original creative team, I really learned a lot.
That is
And
so cool.
I really spent the entire time, like even when I wasn't on, I was backstage working on my craft because I wanted to do more puppetry after
Oh,
Avenue Q.
that
Like
is
I think
so cool.
a lot of the other people, I think they're, oh, I can't wait to get back to a real show where I could do some acting. It's not puppets. And meanwhile, I'm thinking, I want to do more puppets.
Oh, see? So that was
Yeah,
like your transition
yeah.
into what you're doing. Because I've watched people do puppeteering and singing, and there's a act to it, and it's not easy, and it's not easy, and I've watched you, and it's you bring the puppets to life, like almost like they're actual real humans, and so that's what's so special. And I know it takes, like, I couldn't like do it and be like, make it come to life, but you've mastered it. You've mastered it.
Well, I couldn't do it without you. Like, it is your active suspension of disbelief as the audience that is empowering me with that illusion of life.
Yeah.
You're because you're choosing to believe.
Right, exactly.
I'm doing.
And I think that was the Jim Henson message, is always believe and never stop pretending. Like, you want to always have like that childlike quality of, oh my goodness, like that what you just said. That's so amazing. And I feel like, even though I'm a big kid, I still have a piece of that in my heart. Well, maybe not a piece, like a huge piece of it is still in my heart. I'm still a huge kid. I love this. But those are really great stories, and actually things I didn't really know about you, even though we go way back. So I feel like we're getting some goods, and we're spilling the tea on TTLOL. I love it.
The time we get to spend together, we're both busy.
We're always working.
Whether it's a showcase, we're each showing off our thing, and with me, it's usually a new song and new puppets, and maybe I just finished the puppet like the night before, or if it's like at a family gathering, then I'm being pulled in all kinds of different directions.
Of course. Oh, yeah, no, because We're like family. Like we've known each other for a long time. And speaking, you said sometimes you finish puppets like the night before a performance. So really quickly, like, how long does it take to make one puppet, like from like vision in your head to actual like come to life? Here is the puppet.
Probably the safest estimation is about 100 man hours.
100? Oh, wow. Wow.
So I can work on it full time for 2 weeks and still not be done with one.
Whoa. That's
8 hours
insane.
a day, 5 days a week, and still not be done.
100 man hours. Okay, well, somebody break that down. We've got a lot of puppets. Puppets and singing is not easy. Let's see. I love when kids say that that's a puppet and they still believe it. Oh, my friend Laura Doherty's on. Hi, Laura. I'm sure I'll have to scroll. So I want you to sing and do something magical, and then I'll like refer to the comments, and then we'll answer questions from people. If you guys have comments, make sure you leave them in the comment section.
Okay, let's do a little something from
Laura. Yes, I'm so excited. So excited, guys. Okay, I'm gonna put him on full screen so you get the full effect when I hear some music.
I will become El Zorro. You may not be able to stop El Chivo, but I have to try. I never thought that I would be in this position. Yo tengo miedo, but it's time for a decision now. I have to choose. I stand to lose if I don't commit sedition. The storm is coming, I don't know if I can fight it. Injusticia is wrong, I've got to ride it now. I'm just a kid, and I alone take history and rewrite it. Abandonar or follow through. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Dime, what can I do? I'll box, I'll plan, do the best that I can. Find the fuerza en mi corazón to stop this evil plan. Encontrar mi valor, voy a ser el mejor. Mi destino, it's my destiny to be el protector. The governor is going to pull up the mission tomorrow night on Dia de los Muertos. And anyone I would tell takes orders from him. It's up to me. I'm on my own. Solo yo, I alone can know the secret. Cause if I told someone, would anyone believe it? No. Me toca a mí. I know too much to just walk away and leave it. To fight oppression, I put this disguise on. Revolution is the time we gotta rise on up. Take a stand. Complacency is what tyranny relies on. You take my land, you take my voice, you force my hand. I have no choice. With libertad future. It's no time to be polite. Just 'cause someone is in charge doesn't mean that they're right. When the odds are against you, it's easy to feel small. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. We got our thoughts, our plan. Do the best that you can. El tiempo es ahora. It's time we take a stand. Igualdad, valor, before things get peor. Mis amigos, send all of us to be un protector.
Woo! Yay! That was so good.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so if you don't know, that is actually Kevin singing and Manning, Zorro. And so that's what you guys like. That's what I love, like when I'm watching you, like because we've done a lot of shows together, and you have like a full setup, and people can't see you singing because you're behind, so you get like behind your little setup, and they're only seeing the puppets, and then I love when you actually come out for a couple of songs like in your show, because then people can see, oh wow, he's actually doing all of that and singing. So that was so cool. I love that. I haven't seen that song, so I really love that.
Oh, and I write all the lyrics and I write all the melodies. And then I have a friend, Jerry Reynolds, who I went to college with, and he basically, I'll send him like the song a cappella to like a click track.
Okay.
And then he writes the chords underneath it and creates this beautiful orchestration. So I couldn't do without him either. So, the songs, they start with a spark, but I don't do it all myself.
It's a collaborative effort, which I think is, it's always, and that's something I always tell everybody here too, it's always amazing to have a team. So even though, like for me, like even though Twinkle Time is like my little brainchild and I had this vision, I honestly couldn't have done it without Dallas, who also writes and produces a lot, like almost all the music and edits, and then my team members that are in my band. So everybody has a strength, and then together it just makes it like amazing. That is so cool, Kevin. I'm so excited. So tell everybody. Oh, okay. So somebody was actually saying, let's see, Bravo El Zorro. Hold on, I saw something that was a question. Hold on, let me find it. They were all commenting about. Oh, somebody wanted to make puppets when they were younger. I think that's my friend Cole. And hold on, let me see. Oh no, where's that question I saw? Somebody wanted a marionette set. Somebody said that they made sock puppets when they were little. Did you ever make a sock puppet when you were little?
I made other things into puppets.
Okay.
Now there's a lot more resources, actually. Well, I can't remember if I have it in here or not, but the puppeteer behind Bear in the Big Blue House, his name's Noel McNeil. He wrote a book called 10-Minute Puppets that you can like use stuff that's around the house. I think the common thread a lot of them have is the pair of eyeballs from Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah, right. The ones that, and they're like and they got a big old like in the back. But the rest of it's like household items.
That's so cool.
Now, like for your friend Cole, if you want to get into like full like legit puppet making, the Stan Winston Studio. Ooh. My mentor, his name's BJ Geyer. He recorded a series of video like master classes for them that I think you can do a 7-day trial and go on there and see basically how to make a puppet like Zorro, and start your own path. There's puppet patterns you can buy online. I think it's from a place called projectpuppet.com.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot of times it's just using the right material, and you can definitely use the wrong material because it doesn't work for you. But a lot of people have tested what materials work, and I think if you're someone like like Cole, who's interested, take the Stan Winston free trial, watch those videos, and they'll tell you exactly what the right materials are to make a Muppet style puppet that's with the same techniques.
That is so cool. We'll have to like put all those links in. Let's see. I'd love for him to make you a Twinkle puppet of you and your gang and do a music video. Oh my gosh. Well, that would take a lot of man hours, as you can tell. But that could be an idea one day. We'll have to maybe, I mean, we have a lot of time these days, so maybe that's something that we work on. You guys, this was so much fun. And Kevin, like we could like speak on everything for hours and hours, but I want you to kind of refresh everybody. You said you're doing something this Saturday on Jim Henson's anniversary, so give that a plug, and I'll also put it and tell us like your social media, like where we can find you and that they can go watch on Saturday.
Oh, sure. Well, you have to go to YouTube and look up Noteworthy Puppets, because I've just started getting into the online live streaming thing. And you have to have at least 100 followers before you can change your URL from youtube.com/gobbledygook to actually something nice and clean. Like I'm sure yours is like youtube.com/ Twinkle Time or Twinkle Time something, Twinkle Time Music or something. And so I'm still hoping for like 100 followers.
Okay.
And then I can get a nice clean URL. And then once I get 1,000 followers, then it gets a lot easier to do what we're trying to do right now.
Exactly.
Because then you can do it from a mobile device.
Exactly.
It's like there's very specific reasons that you can't do live streaming from a mobile device, and so they want to make sure that you're not going to use it for nefarious purposes.
Exactly. So, they want it to be very legit, and so and this live streaming for everybody is come like at a drop of a hat with like, you know, we all just had to adapt and roll with the punches, because I think I saw someone said, I heard some kids. Did I hear some kids in the background? And yes, those are Kevin's kids. And it's because, like I tell everybody, I'm set up right here in my home. You're right in your house.
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah, I stepped on a Hot Wheel like a minute ago. Yeah. And then during my live stream, I'm going to give away a Noteworthy Puppets embroidered hat.
Oh, nice.
All the cool kids are wearing them.
I love it.
Actually, it's just me and my dad, and apparently our lucky winner Saturday we'll have hats.
Those
and
are
then
cool
I'm giving
kids.
away 5 copies of the Kid Zorro soundtrack, and the winners will be notified and picked from the comments that are done during the live stream. So just look up Noteworthy Puppets on YouTube. I'll send you a link. Twinkle, hopefully then you can
so send me the link, text it to me, and then when I upload this video, because it'll live on the channel forever, I will put it in the link. So everybody that's watching right now, go to the description box, and I'll put all the places where you can find Kevin, and I'll also mention go see him on Saturday. You'll tell me all the details, right? And then I'll post it, and that way you could watch and be inspired with magic and puppets and believing and pretending. And this was so much fun, Kevin. Thank you for taking time out of your day and coming on to TTLOL. And we had so much fun. Yay!
Well, you've done so much cool stuff too that I wish this was my live stream so that I could interview you, because we only kind of scratched the surface the last time we hung out.
I
know. Talked about Jesus Christ Superstar and working with Ted Neely and all the amazing things that you've done. I mean, it's funny because we are our own product, so we have to talk about ourselves a lot.
We do.
And it can get tiresome, I think, after a while, or you have the same like 3 or 4 things that are well rehearsed and you get to talk about. But we actually got a chance to like really kind of hang out and talk in January, and I really enjoyed that. And I love hanging out with you in Dallas, and I can't wait for this whole thing, the stay-at-home thing, safer at home, to kind of run its course so that we could all be family together again.
I know. But in the meantime, we will do something virtually again really soon, and for you guys too. That would be fun. So thank you. And I know nobody can hear everybody, but on the count of 3, just send a whole bunch of love, because we can feel it. And thank you so much for coming on. And I will put everything in the description box.
Thank you. Adios. Que le vaya bien, Twinkle.
Bye. Que le vaya bien. Oh, that was so... Bye. That was so much fun, everybody. I'm just making sure I hang up and let's see. There we go. I quit Skype. There we go. I'm going to, oh, and I have earrings on, so they were pressing up against my, woo! That was fun, right? And we've never had a puppet show on TTLOL, so that was exciting and different. I hope you all enjoyed that, right? That was a lot of fun. And I'm seeing if I want to make a I want him to make a Twinkle puppet. We're gonna have to work on that. Now I know that it takes a long time to make a puppet and many hours, but maybe that would be so much fun, right? That would be amazing. You should bring him back, and love to see his other puppets. He's got so many. He has this one show that he does about Jack and the Beanstalk, but done in his own way. And the songs are so beautiful. So yes, we will definitely bring him back. And thank you guys so much for, tuning in and watching. I was excited. And what was like even cooler was I had no idea that Jim Henson, like he actually wrote him when he was younger, and that he had all this memorabilia and all these cool stories. I just thought, well, that is like something cool. And because I watched Sesame Street and I loved watching puppets and the Muppets and all that kind of stuff, I was like, that would be like a cool tie-in. Never in a million years thought that his path somehow sort of crossed Jim Henson. That kind of gave me the goosebumps. I love that. I love it when it all comes together. So anyways, for those of you guys that are still here, don't forget to check out my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/twinkletime or www.patreon.com/twinkletime. So I have some news. Kind of news. Like, remember I told you, if you were watching a couple days ago, that I had a something that I was going to be sitting on for a couple more days, and I like to talk a lot, and it's really hard for me to keep secrets. So this is part of the secret, so I still can't really tell you what's happening. All I can tell you is tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yes, tomorrow, Thursday, there will be no TTLOL, no Twinkle Time Live Online. I know. I might still do an Insta story or Insta Live. So just, keep checking, make sure notifications are on when I go live. Because I have, now remember, it's, I'm not like Ellen DeGeneres. I don't have a crew of people that do Twinkle Time. It's literally me and Dallas. So I have some stuff. All I can say is I have some stuff that I'm working on, and I need the time to work on it to meet a deadline. So tomorrow I will take off from TTLOL because I need to work on something else that I will tell you real soon. It might even be on Friday when I spill the beans. So come back on Friday. I will be here Friday. We'll have Friday faves. We're going to have all kinds of fun stuff. And like I said, I even might spill the beans on what is happening. So just wanted to let you know, no TTLOL tomorrow, mañana, Thursday. So are we ready? Oh my goodness. I can't believe we were having so much time. Somebody says, no. I'm sorry. But we'll follow each other on maybe do a little quick live story. Not live, you know what I'm saying. Insta Live, Twinkle Time, and Friends. Don't forget to send me jokes. Don't forget to tag me. That way I can see and comment back. Let me see. Maybe one day you can be on Sesame Street. That would be a lifelong dream come true. Let me tell you. I wasn't the girl that had princess parties, although I was into Barbie and the Rockers. But every party, I should have my mom find pictures. Every party that I had from the time I was a little kid was a Cookie Monster party, who was actually one of my favorites. I had a Big Bird party. I had a Oscar the Grouch. That's a weird, funny theme. Oscar the Grouch was a fave. And the Count, the 1, 2, 3, he was a fave. And Grover and Cookie Monster, those were my absolute favorites. And I literally had every different year would have a birthday party, and that would be my theme. So I wasn't like, oh, I want Cinderella or I want this. It was always Sesame Street characters. So it has a special place in my heart, and that would be amazing. Let me see. I'm reading other questions. See you Friday, and at least we can relax tomorrow. You guys relax. Have a good day. I will miss you. So I won't do a joke of the day because that was what I wanted to tell all of you. Are we ready to close out the show? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Twinkle. That's what everybody calls me. From my house to yours, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I will see you all on Friday, viernes, not tomorrow, here at what time? 2 p.m., 2 de la tarde, Tiempo Pacifico, Pacific Standard Time. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.